We're going to create a simple bought-in inventory item. Whether you stock it or not is irrespective. The system will give this part a inventory number or ITI number unless we override this. So we select this as a buy item. In the admin, the user sets up product groups relative to their business. We then set a description. This is used internally. This will appear on the job card as part of the picking list. We can also set a stock location. This again will appear on the job card. We set a unit of measure. Here we add a nominal value, which I'll talk about in a moment. We upload an image if relevant, and this gives us a preview of the component. And we now add a supplier of this product. The reference is what will appear on the purchase order to the supplier. This can either be the same as our internal description, or it can be something completely different. And we add a cost of this item. We set a unit of measure. We can use the notes box for setting things like minimum order quantities, price breaks. And we may buy this from more than one supplier. And the second supplier may call it something completely different. And it could of course be a different price. We set the unit of measure. We may also want to set a minimum stock holding. The system will look in the unit value field when it's used in the costing. We can either buy this tyre for £10 or £11 depending on where we buy this from. In which case I'm going to set my unit value at £11. I never want to be in a position where I'm pulling this into a costing for less than I actually pay for it. We occasionally sell this item as a spare part, in which case the system will look in the sale price. This table here shows us the current activity on this item. The quick links top right shows the history on this item, from where and when it was purchased, where it's been used on jobs, and where it's been sold direct onto an invoice. On the inventory button we see a black number 1. The reason for this is that it's fallen below the minimum stock holding. To remove that black number we simply reduce the minimum stock holding back to 0. I can use this item in a number of places. It can be used when costing a job. Putting it in external there will create me a purchase order. Should this quote become a live job, the system will create a purchase order for 2 performance tyres. Or I can manage it through the stock module, where the system will put demand on these items and advise if there's a shortage. Or I can just purchase this item. I can buy it for a specific job, where I tie it to the relevant sales order, tying this purchase order to sales order 1075. Or I can buy this item to stock. All I want to do here is replenish my stock irrespective of demand. Now when we look at this item, I can see we have none in stock, we're expecting in 20, we're expecting out 0. And here we see the historical information on this inventory item. Booking in these goods will top up my stock to 20.